What's going on YouTube? Birdman here from Matsu Pew Pew, and today I'm going to be doing a weapon lights comparison video. I have a couple of weapon lights here on hand, some similar lumen outputs, and one variant of a weapon light. We're going to be doing a quick rundown of each of the weapon lights, their functions, and then we will be shining them on the wall in the basement with the lights out, just to see what they look like side by side. All right, first up, we have the Surefire X300-Ultra Alpha. This is the updated version of the X300. This is a great weapon light, fairly large in size. Obviously, you can see it takes 2 batteries. This is a 1000 lumen output weapon light, very bright. A lot of holsters do come in a light retention model, one of them being the X300. Now, the X300 is ambidextrous as far as its features go. You can do a momentary push, and it just momentarily turns light on. Now you can also click down or up, and it will be constantly on. This function goes for both sides of the weapon light. Push for momentary, click for constant. Great option. I've loved it. It's definitely helped balance it out. I have it on my Rock Island 1911 here. It's been a great weapon light. I have not had to change the batteries out. Not that I use them very often, but compared to some of the other ones that I have, this one has not died on me yet since coming out of the box. All right, guys, next up we have the Streamlight TLR1HL, another 1000 lumen output weapon light. I have it mounted here on my AREX Delta L, full-size polymer framed pistol. It is a decent weapon light. It is a little bit older. It has a couple different features similar to the Surefire 300. Instead of a push button for a momentary, you have to push down and hold. Once you release, light turns off. This goes for both sides, except it goes the opposite direction. Push up on the right side for momentary. Now, similarly, you can push down and it'll click into place for a constant beam. Same thing with left side. You push it up and now it is constant. Great weapon light. This one does also have a strobe feature. It just seems to be intermittent. I can never get it to really work. There we go. There it is. Seems like it is I might be doing it wrong. I don't know. I can never figure it out. Anyways, also another great weapon light. Like I said, 1000 lumens, battery life, pretty decent, comparable to the X300 Ultra. All right, guys, up next we have the Streamlight TLR7. This is the original model of the 7. This is a 500 lumen output weapon light. The activation is a compress on the right and left side. A lot of people had problems with this, as this is hard to reach when it is mounted on your rail system on your pistol, just because the amount of force needed to turn it on. Now, still a good option. They updated this and they came out with the 7 Alpha. This time they updated the back. They added tactile buttons. Definitely a better option. Also 500 lumens. This is not compatible with this. So if you were to buy just the button system, it will not mount to the original 7. So keep that in mind if you're going to try to do that. This one also push for momentary, click for constant. Really good weapon light. I have it on my HK-VP9. I love the flush look. Also, all these guns are unloaded, if I didn't mention that before. I know there are some ROs out there that don't like seeing videos of people having loaded weapons on their bench, or just not knowing. Anyways, again, TLR7 Alpha and the 7, both good weapon options. I prefer the 7 Alpha. Both 500 lumens, really great weapon lights. All right, up next on my Glock 19 here, I have an expired weapon light. This is the Inforce APL Compact, or APLC as it's known in the gun community. Inforce no longer manufactures this, although you can find them online. I found this one on eBay. It was probably about $80 more than I wanted to pay, but they are out there. People do hold on to them and they will sell them. The Inforce is a 200 lumen weapon light, so it's definitely on the low spectrum of lumens as far as what I have here on my table. I got this purely for the aesthetics. I love the hard lines that it provides, and it goes good with the Glock platform. Keeps that polygonal shape, the square body shape of the Glock going all around. I really enjoyed it. I love the flush mount that it has to the front of the weapon. This one also has very easy to reach, tactile weapon activations on the side. If you press and hold and let go, it's momentary. Click, turn on, similar to the Streamlight, and that is on both sides. One side note on the Inforce APLc, the battery life is subpar compared to the rest of the weapon lights on the table. This one I've had to replace twice. This was my everyday carry pistol with this weapon light. I noticed after 2 to 3 months, the battery would drain on this. I thought maybe it was my holster. I checked it. It did not activate it. For some reason, if you do not turn the lens cap about 1/4 to 1/2, which will, see, even then, not enough. Keep turning it out. Just like that. That will preserve the battery life right there. I did not know that right off the bat. Problem with that is, who's going to want to draw their weapon and then, oh wait, hold on, I got to turn down or tighten up my weapon light here just so I can activate it. Kind of a pain in the butt. I learned my lesson. When it's not in use, I no longer carry this weapon. You just let out the lens cap there a little bit, and that'll keep it from activating and draining the battery life. Good weapon option, overpriced, no longer in manufacture. All right, guys, now we are going to turn out the lights here in my basement. It should be pitch black. I'll put on the GoPro and show you what each weapon light looks like, the distance I'm at, and some of the activation features of each of these weapon lights. Up first, we're going to do the Surefire X300-Ultra. There is the weapon light in the continuous mode. As you can see, I put up a couple of pseudo bad guys down there just to give a point of reference. As you can see, the X300, pretty good spread of light. It's got a good directional beam. I can see both targets clearly, and it's also illuminating my walls and underneath my staircase over here. Not a bad choice for a 1000 lumen weapon light. Very bright. Alright guys, up next we have the Streamlight TLR1-HL, another 1000 lumen weapon light. Let's give her a look. Noticeable difference as far as the directional beam. It has a more centered beam than it does have a flood effect. I can still see both my enemies down there. Both targets are still in sight. As you can see, the halo does reach on the wall over here. Not as much under the staircase over here. A little bit dimmer. So I would say that the TLR1 is more of a directional beam compared to the flood capabilities of the X300. Still very, very bright. Still plenty illumination across this room. I'm at about, give or take, 25-30 feet. And both enemies are within the bounds of my directional beam. Alright guys, up next is the Streamlight TLR7, the original 7, not the alpha version. 500 lumens. I do not have this one mounted on a pistol currently, so I'm just going to be holding it in my hands at arm's length as you would if it was under a pistol. Let's give it a look. Wow. Noticeable difference as far as the color of the beam. The directional beam does have a halo effect. It is not a hard, let's see if we can turn on, there we go. No hard lines as far as beams. The flood does cover about the same distance as the TLR1. Does cover semi under the stairs over here and does illuminate my wall on the left. Both targets are inside of the directional beam. I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera there. Not as hard of a line as the X300 or the TLR1. The color is also got more of an orange color, a more of a incandescent bulb instead of a halogen bulb or LED bulb, which would normally have like a bluish tint to it. So this is the TLR7 original, 500 lumens. All right, guys, for a good comparison, we're going to be doing the TLR7 Alpha, which is the updated version with the buttons on either side. Again, also 500 lumens. I don't think much has changed, but we will see if the output or the beams have been refined. Noticeably right off the bat, I can tell that the light color is different. It's not as orange as the original 7. The light spread seems to be similar as far as the walls and under the stairs, as far as I can see. Both my targets are inside of the directional beam. It's got a lighter yellow tint compared to the, I would say, more orange tint of the original 7. Still good light coverage. Like I said, this is the 7, so it has the buttons where you're not going to be trying to push your finger forward, trying to find those compression buttons. TLR7 Alpha, really good weapon option. Alright guys, up next and last but not least, we have the Inforce APLc. Now this is a 200 lumen output light, so it's definitely going to be on the low end of what I have here. Still a great option. The beams will be a little more focused, they will not spread as much, so let's give them a try. Now I gotta say, it is a smaller halo effect compared to the TLR7. The beams themselves, not quite as spread out. You can see on the wall, not quite as illuminated as the last couple of weapon lights that we've had. I can still see both my targets clearly, and there is some hard lines as far as where this light reaches. You can see on the stairs, on the floor, it's a distinct circle. I would say the color is pretty neutral, fairly on the light or the white side, I would say. Not too much blue, not too much orange or yellow. A little easier on the eyes. And the weapon light itself, nice tactile. I can feel it. I can feel the buttons. They're kind of like sandpapery. They're stippled, as you would know. A great weapon light. Spendy if you find them, though. Like I said, they were discontinued by Inforce. Alright guys, there you have it. Just a quick little rundown of the weapon lights that I have here. All good options. Also, there is other weapon lights out there, dozens and dozens of them, with new manufacturers coming out with weapon lights on the daily. Olight is another one that's coming up right now. Hope to obtain a couple of those and test those out as well. If you have a favorite weapon light or just a favorite platform, site, light, type of stuff you'd like to leave in the comment section below, let me know. I'm going to try to get my hands on some more weapon lights, some other platforms. If there's any other content you guys would like to see, just let me know in the comment section and I'll see what I can do about putting it out there. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Make sure you check out our other Matsu Pew Pew videos. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our channel, Birdman Productions, and like and share this video with your buddies. Alright guys, have a good one.